Welcome back everybody to Forza Horizon 6, and today we're taking a look at the 2002 Nissan Silvia Spec-R. So this was codenamed the S15, and this was produced between January 1999 and August 2002, with 43,097 examples being made. And as of this video, it is the last generation of the Nissan Silvia, although Nissan have hinted that they may well bring the nameplate back at some point. So yeah, this Spec-R is distinguished from other versions of the Silvia of this generation in the fact that it's got a 6-speed manual, extensive chassis and suspension strengthening via the use of larger anti-roll bars and strut bracing. It's also got the brakes from the 300ZX, but includes a larger brake booster. It's also got a helical limited slip differential and high CAS, which is high capacity active steering, or basically four-wheel steering. So the rear wheels do angle at certain rates of speed, and therefore help the handling of the vehicle overall. And as far as this game is concerned, this is a replacement for the 2000 Nissan Silvia Spec-R, which has been in every Forza game prior to this one. So yeah, they've basically put this in this game because it is a rescan, it's higher quality scan of this kind of car, and yeah, therefore you got more detail than you ever had with the older version that has been in the prior games. And yeah, it does look pretty damn good, to be honest. And yeah, that's just not in terms of the car itself, but also in terms of the graphics on top of that. And yeah, really rather nice interior on the go as well. It's got everything that you could pretty much ask for here, including even a boost gauge to the right of the steering wheel there. Nice clear dials, good looking pedals, and yeah, nice well laid out interior. And obviously, being a coupe though, it's not going to have the most amount of room in the rear. It does look pretty tight for leg room in the back there, but you do at least have a decent amount of boot space, which is the least you can ask for basically when it comes to a coupe. But at the end of the day, you go for a coupe because of the performance and the styling, and the styling on this is pretty damn great. It's not radically different over the previous versions, but it still looks pretty damn good. What is radically different though, outside of everything else that I've already mentioned, is the engine. So it's got a massive power increase over the previous generation. So it now has a 250 horsepower and 205 pounds-feet of torque rating from a 2-litre turbocharged inline 4. So the same kind of engine as the previous generations, but that's 33 horsepower over increase over the S14, 3 pounds-feet of torque extra as well, which is a decent amount, but that would obviously be eradicated in an instant if it weighed a couple of £100 more than the previous generation. But surprisingly enough, this actually weighs less than the previous generation, at £55 less in fact, weighing in at £2,734. So yeah, increase in power and a decrease in weight is always going to be beneficial, because the decrease in weight not only helps the handling, but it also helps the acceleration and make the most of that extra power that it's got going as well. But being a Nissan Silvia, obviously upgrades are also a key feature of the car. You know, changing these vehicles visually is long-standing been a part of these vehicles, and that's no different with this one. So in terms of the front bumper, you've got several options here. You've got Nismo, then you've got a couple of Nissan ones, and you've got your Forza Aero. You can also put a couple of wide body kits on it, one from Origin Lab, which looks pretty snazzy, and then one from Liberty Walk, which is quite outrageous. Extends the car by a substantial amount there, but certainly makes a kind of a statement if you want people to look at you, that's for sure. I personally prefer the Origin Lab one. It's a little bit more understated, but still at the end of the day is changing the look of the car. And then you can also do the same with the rear, well, add a rear spoiler. Now the 2000 version of this car that we've had in previous Forza games came with a spoiler as standard. Here you do have to add it yourself, but we do have a decent amount of options regardless of that. So we have the Nismo one, which is my favourite of the ones to choose from. Then we've got an Origin Lab one, and we've got a Nissan one, which is my second favourite, and then a massive Liberty Walk one, and then a Forza Edition version as well. You can also change the bumper, a rear bumper, so you've got a Nismo version and a Nissan version. And then you can change the side skirts as well, on top of all of that. So yeah, a decent amount of customization here. So you've got two more options here from Nismo and Nissan themselves. So yeah, a nice amount of customization there, and obviously you can change wheels and paint and everything else like that you can with every other car on this game. So yeah, you can really make it your own and make it as unique as possible if you so wish. But we're gonna take obviously we are taking a look at the standard car as it is. So yeah, nonetheless, let's get out onto the Hakubu circuit and see just what this car can do. Right, so here we are at the Hakubu circuit, and as per usual, we'll hear what the car sounds like and we'll talk about it some more. So yeah, it sounds pretty similar to the other cars that we've looked at from the Nissan Silvia lineup before, so yeah, sounds good, and also it's still driving above 7,000 RPM, which is all very nice. And yeah, all of the changes to this car, although they might not seem like a radical amount, you know, it's not like it's changed drivetrain, all-wheel drive now or anything. It's not got any bigger of an engine or anything like that. The changes that have been made are still significant enough to make a difference in terms of handling and braking. And yeah, this is definitely the most cohesive version of the Silvia in terms of handling, braking, and outright power. And yeah, it excels on all fronts, quite frankly, especially when it comes to acceleration. As 0 to 60 is now down to 4.667 seconds. 0 to 100 is only 10.75 seconds, sorry. And it can now top out 173 miles an hour as far as this game is concerned, although I imagine if you stick a rear wing on it, that will drop. But regardless of that, yeah, that is still a really, really good rate of acceleration and a really well-developed top speed, which obviously wouldn't be all for nothing, basically, if the handling wasn't there to really match it. But the handling is there to match it, and yeah, with the high cast system and the limited slip differential and the better brakes and the stiffer chassis, yeah, it just all feels a lot more complete than previous versions of the car. As you can see there, the rear steering there is working really rather nicely. It's always cool that they've actually simulated that in these games. It's always one thing I've enjoyed being added in. But yeah, as far as the car is concerned, yeah, it's really, really good, and it's probably my favourite, if not second favourite version of the Silvia. Yeah, it is ultimately a powerful one, and also a new addition to the Forza series, even if it is just a newer, better rescanned version of a car that we've long since had. But still, it is really neat that we have it in this game now in a full Forza Vista version, which I don't think was the case with the older version from 2000 that was an older scan. I imagine with it being a newer scan, they've been able to, look under the bonnet, look in the boot and such, and do all of that. So for all our benefit, basically. So yeah, really, really good car, a really rather solid sports coupe, and it's a little bit of a shame that the Silvia name kind of fell away. I imagine Nissan were more interested in concentrating on the 350Z and so forth, because I believe you probably could sell them at a much higher market price. But yeah, hopefully the Silvia name does come back at some point in the future. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.